henceforth, Talking to the Media is the full episodes, like episode 1 through 30. We're at episode 30 now. Will be Mondays. On Tuesdays, we are going to bring back the original format of Talking to the Media, back when it was Talking to the Movies. And we are going to do our top 10. So it's top 10 Tuesdays. We call it the rundown. So let me know what you like better. You like top 10? Should I just leave it alone? Just call it top 10 Tuesdays, or keep the rundown? Or both. Any comment on that would be awesome. And on Wednesdays, we've got your mail. So whether it's me and Sean, or me by myself, we'll be answering your the mail that we're getting, whether it's directly to our comment section. You can email us directly here on our channel. Just click the About tab, and you can reach out to me or Sean, or anybody else that's on the panel. You can email us on Facebook. Go to our Talking to the Media's Facebook page, or you can also reach us on Twitter, T3Medias, at T3Medias, or you can reach out to me directly, the Chris Fagan. So with that out of the way, let's get started. This is Talking to the Medias, and this is a movie talk question from Sean Furlow. So if you remember what the premise of We Got Your Mail is, sometimes when you send the letter out, sometimes if the mailman, the postman, might send it to the wrong address. Sometimes that happens on the internet as well. So when that happens, we might get it by accident, and we're going to send that message and refer it back out to you. We're going to contact you, let you know what happened, and hope you're a good sport about it. And we're going to answer it right here on this show. Hope you become a subscriber afterwards. Hope you're a good sport. Hope you're not too upset with us after the fact. But hey, better chances of your question getting answered right here at Talking Through the Medias. And with all that out the way, Sean, your question is: so earlier this month, Batman Mask of the Phantasm was released in the theaters. And with respect to Mr. Nolan, I still feel it's my favorite Batman movie. Which brings me to my question. We have all heard of movies that were being made for theaters release and ended up going directly to video. But from what I remember, Mask of the Phantasm actually did the reverse, being made for direct to video, but ending up getting a theatrical release. Do you know of any other movies that were aimed for direct to video that actually got a theatrical, I can't say that word, release first? Sean F. Well, Sean, that is a great question that I do not have the answer to, because I am with you on that. I remember when Mask of the Phantasm came out, I always thought that it was for the theaters, and I went to the theaters to go see it, and that movie blew me away. I am not surprised Warner Brothers looked at that and was like, this is freaking good, man. We probably could make some of that money. I don't think it did that great in the box office. For the money they would probably have to spend to market it, and then the money to put it in the theaters that it went to. I don't know how limited it was. I should have did research on it first. I know it wasn't like a huge success. Otherwise, we'd have had a slew of Batman movies. I'll tell you what movie probably should have been thought of to go to video first, and now it's going to the theaters. There's a new Spider-Man cartoon movie that Sony is doing for some weird reason. I think they made the deal with Marvel. They need to just let it go and just let them handle it. But Sony wants to, but you know what, it's separation of the universe. Maybe we'll get the Miles Morales treatment, which will be good. If you're going to introduce Miles Morales, he's gaining popularity, so introduce him more in any way, fashion that you can to get people used to it, so people would just stop freaking out and losing their minds when he takes that mask off. But maybe that was supposed to go to theater first. I'll tell you what. You know what? I lied. I do know of one. You know what? I just remembered. It was another cartoon. Pixar's Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 was like all Disney movies back then. All Disney sequels were going straight to video. That was their formula. They had a big blockbuster opening for theaters, and then they would put a little dirty little sequel that didn't mean anything, and it wasn't really canon in anybody's heart. It was just another movie that to keep the kids quiet. But nobody really considered part 2 of these movies, worthy of like Aladdin 2 and Aladdin 3, All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, Little Mermaid 2, Lion King 2, Lion King 1.1, what was it, 1.5. These sequels aren't taken seriously. But Toy Story 2, I remember Pixar, they got Tom Hanks back, they got everybody back. They put just as much money, just as much time. And if you know anything about, look at the Pixar documentary. Pixar does not play when it comes to movie production. They take it very seriously. They go back to the drawing board. They work, they go back. They work, they go back, and they make sure they perfect it. Until by the time they put it out on the screen, they've put it through the ringer so many times. So when Disney told Pixar, Toy Story, all right, thanks, great product, great work, boys. We can't wait to put these on black, VHS cassette tapes and throw it out to the kids. And they're like, no. We put a lot of work into this. We perfected it. We feel like it's just as good, if not better, than the original. It needs to go to theaters. Disney intended it for it to be a straight to video VHS home release, and Pixar fought against them. So actually, I do have the answer to that. That is the only other time that I know, and maybe it does happen a lot, but honestly, in Hollywood, the reverse is actually the truth. A lot of directors and producers will want their movie or think their movie is good enough to go to the theaters. They'll look at it and they'll like, and marketing or whoever's the powers that be, maybe the producers, executive producers, or whatever, they're not willing to spend. The distributors, they're not willing to put the money into it. They look at it and they're like, I don't have the faith that this is going to make me my money back. So put it out to home theater. We spent this amount of money. It's going to cost this amount of money to market it on to theaters, and it probably is going to make that amount of money. So like I said, spent this amount to get it to theaters. It's going to cost this amount. But if we go to straight to video, we might get this amount back, which is close to what it cost to make, but it's still technically a profit. So that happens more often than not. So Sean, I hope I answered your question. So I was able to think of one other example. Toy Story 2 is your answer. And so that takes us to I'm only doing 2 today because, I'm trying to savor these questions until more comes in. Come on, guys. You got to send us some more questions. We're running out. So now that I've done that little marketing, this sad face. Come on, guys. Help a brother out. Let's see. What is the next question? This is, okay, the next and the last question is my favorite one. Now, it's going back to Spider-Man, I think we brought up earlier. Here's a question from Jajesh Makwana. I'm sorry if I messed your name up, sir. But Jajesh asks, what if the new young Aunt May is actually a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and Peter Parker and May both are hiding their true identities and their true selves from each other? I want to know what you guys think about this possibility. Well, I did a little research on it, and I was thinking, has Aunt May ever been an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I know she's run into S.H.I.E.L.D. a couple of times. Nick Fury has had a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent go undercover to date her to keep an eye on everything. But as far as her being a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, I'm not that deep into the comic book history of Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. It's like my second favorite, if not my favorite comic book character of all time. But I don't remember or recall any of the cartoons or anything ever going into that direction. I was surprised. I believe Peter's parents were spies. Can't remember if it was for S.H.I.E.L.D. or just for the government, but they were war heroes, and they were some stories they were framed and it looked like they were spies, and they went down and the Peter Parker name was shamed until Peter was able to clear their name and prove their patriotism. I think it was for S.H.I.E.L.D. if I'm not mistaken. But as far as Aunt May, no, I don't think it's ever happened. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments. Do I want it to happen for this movie? Hell no. It's already going to be too much going on. I mean, if that was the direction that Sony was thinking of going, unless you guys know something that I don't with those Sony leaks, I know that Sony was thinking about doing an Aunt May movie at one point. I hope not. An agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Come on. Both Peter, because in that situation, Aunt May will find out that Parker is Spider-Man before Spider-Man found out she was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I want that storyline because I don't think that has not happened in the Sam Raimi movie nor the Amazing Spider-Man. Aunt May still has not found out that Peter is Spider-Man, so that hasn't happened on screen yet. And I don't want it to be found out through S.H.I.E.L.D. I want the comic book story to happen. I want Peter Parker to come home after a long, hard, exhausting, draining fight, and he's so tired and he's so spent that he just crashes on his bed and he forgets that he was inside of his suit. And Aunt May comes in. I think she comes in to give him breakfast or wake him up for school and sees Peter is Spider-Man. And I don't think he woke up. I don't think his spider sense went off. And why would it? It's Aunt May. She's not a threat. She's shocked. She's hurt. She's scared. She's worried. But I think she did keep that secret to herself for a while until it was revealed that she knew all along. But she just wanted the best for him. But she saw the good that he was doing. I mean, he's his Uncle Ben in his heart. And he's doing the right thing. He does what he believes is right. And I think she kept it to himself for a while. Just recently in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon that's currently out on Disney XD, Aunt May has figured out that Peter is Spider-Man. And it's working out perfectly. And I love that storyline. And I cannot wait for it to show up on the theater. And because that's what I've been waiting for. I hope it would have happened by part 3 of the first Spider-Man. I love the fact that, oh my God, J. Jonah Jameson's assistant, what's his name? I can't remember. The black dude. I love the fact that it's hinted that he kind of might know that he's Peter Parker. Donald Glover is been cast to play a role in the upcoming Spider-Man movie reboot, and I hope it's that character. Everybody was talking about, is it going to be Miles Morales? No, he's too old, man. He's too old. But to be J. Jonah's assistant, that guy, oh man. That makes a lot of sense for, let me look it up really fast. Let me see, because I don't want to not know that guy's name. Jamerson, assistant. Of course, he pulls up Betty Brant when I put in assistant. He's not his assistant. Editor-in-chief. Let me look that up. Oh my goodness, what is that guy's name? You don't want to know what I had to type in. I cannot find his name. Well, you guys know who I'm talking about. Nope. Can't find it. Now, there's rumors that Ice Cube might get cast to play J. Jonah Jameson. Now, people are freaking out about that, and I would like that. Ice Cube to play J. Jonah Jameson, Donald Glover to be the assistant. Now, that'd probably be too much for people to handle for whatever reason. But then throw on Aunt May on top of that as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., that's just too much. So one of the two things is going to happen. If Donald Glover is going to be the assistant of J. Jonah Jameson, then they need to. I would like to see. You know who I want to see play J. Jonah Jameson? Jim Carrey. That's who should play J. Jonah Jameson. Now I know I've gotten off the subject of the original question, and thank you for your question. Aunt May, no. Aunt May, not. No, I don't want her to be an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's just going to be too much. No, we gotta Marvelize this. And Marvel's gonna stay close to the comic. Like I said, maybe it's happened before in the comic books. Maybe another version of Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, one of those. I don't know. I just don't think it fits for this. It doesn't make sense. It won't. It wouldn't. Too many. This is too much going on to have Aunt May going out there kicking ass. We just don't need it. We need Peter Parker. We need to focus on Parker. And so far so good. They're doing a great job. But anyway. So those are my questions for this installment of We Got Your Mail. If you have a question that you want to submit to me or one of the guys on the panel, you can always find me on Twitter at @TheChrisFagan. You can also tweet us at T3 Medias with an S, that's plural. You can contact us here on the YouTube channel. Hit that the About tab, and you'll see the send message or send email button. Send us an email. You can also reach at us on Facebook, on our Talking Through the Media's Facebook page. Until next time, guys. Hey man, let's just keep talking. I love talking about this stuff: TV, movies, video games, all this stuff. I know a lot about a little about a lot of things, but what I do know is I'll see you guys next time. Peace.